Good morning, Axial Scale Builders around the world. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. What's going down, everybody? I hope you're having a good start to your morning. Well, I guess it's not really morning now, it's more afternoon, but hope you guys are having a good start to your day. It's a little off still. My wife had an event this morning, so we had to work out some daycare stuff, and then I'm doing dad life, man. I'm watching the kiddo all weekend, so on my own, basically. So we're working it out. We're making it happen. So anyways, today's episode is going to be lit. We got some cool trucks to go over. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I'm gonna go grab some coffee and I will see you on the battleground. Before we do that though, remember, get that merch, gang. Get that merch. All right, everybody, welcome back to the ScaleWars Battleground. It's about to go down. Basically what happens here is you submit your builds and we go over them here on the channel together. Basically give any tips, tricks, anything like that we can, a little criticism, and really just try to encourage growth. So, and not just for the builders, but also for the viewers. So viewers, get involved, jump in the comments. Don't be afraid to give your opinion. However, we do have one rule around here, and that's basically if you can't say something nice, don't say it at all. And there's a nice way to say that you don't like something. Okay, there's a polite way to say that you're not fond of something. Okay, so let's just, you know, mind your manners and let's have some fun. So first up is this crazy looking build here. It looks like a Suzuki to me, but it's who's this from? This is from a gentleman named Joe Conti. I guess I could have just looked at the watermark there, but Joe Conti, and Joe Conti is from, oh buddy, this is a hard one for me here. Bahar Naxar or Naxar MT Malta NXR. I have absolutely no clue where that is. So we're gonna do something different. We're gonna look this up real quick because I want to know where. I don't even know exactly what I'm reading here. If that's a town, hopefully I'm not reading this gentleman's like. Let's look this up. That's what we're gonna do. Boom. Okay, so I see what we're saying here. This gentleman lives in Malta. This is, holy cow, where is this? What is this? Tunisia? I don't know where any of these places are. This is all new to me. Palermo, that sounds familiar. Quintana. Athens, Greece. Oh my gosh, dude, you were way. Holy cow, man! You were up above Africa, right below Italy, on a little island. Oh, this is amazing, dude. This is. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to distract myself from the fact that we're doing ScaleWars, but look at this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I don't know about you guys, but this makes me happy. So we're over here. We're over here in Oregon. He's over here in Malta. Right? That is literally like halfway across the world. And then we come right back to Oregon. Wow. That's just awesome, man. That is just awesome. So I get excited when I see that people are watching my content. My viewers are not. I mean, I know that I have analytical data, so I can see the majority of my viewers are in the United States. But the fact that I've got viewers in so many places, man, so many places. I wonder just how many countries actually support extreme scale performance. That is just awesome, man. Talk about bringing people together. Okay, so let's get back to it here. Sorry, guys. I get distracted. Boom. All right, so now we're back to it. We know where this gentleman's from. He is 61 years of age, and looks like he's been... Oh, let's see. He's been subscribed to ESP on and off for a year. He says he just subbed again now. So thank you very much, Joe. I appreciate that, sir. He started building RCs back in 2014, and this one we're looking at right here, this project, he calls it the Suzuki Samurai. And well, let's do something a little different today. I'm gonna throw the parts list up here on screen as well. So detail part and paint list goes like this. He says, I use this car for rock crawling. I built it to perform and not to look scale. Well, Joe, this is ScaleWars, not Performance Wars. So you, as despite what you built it for, the show was built for scale. So, all right, but I'm not gonna hate on you. All right, so there's nothing scale about a Rancho-based RC. Well, at least, hey, he's being honest, man. Although I threw in a few details, and we do appreciate that. He says there's no interior and not planning to put one in. Again, it is built to perform. Originally built from parts replaced on my Wraith. I drove it with stock Wraith parts for a year or so until I upgraded most of it. We're going to touch on this subject later, but alright, so stock Axial AR60 housings, Vanquish VVDs, beef tubes front and rear, underdrive diff gears front and rear, incision lockers front and rear, fast eddy bearings all around, Robinson Racing transmission gears, hot racing transmission case, MIP prop shafts, Robinson Racing pinion and spur, 32 pitch, 11 tooth, 58 tooth, I guess is his ratio for his pinion and spur gear. Hobby Wing ESC and some unbranded €8 cheap waterproof, easy to throw out, although it is rebuildable, 35 turn brushed motor. And then Vanquish lockouts, knuckles and C-hubs, diff guards, front and rear, Savix SW1210 OG waterproof servo, Vanquish OMF 2.2 wheels, Pitbull Rock Beast, 2.2 tires, Suzuki Samurai or Trail Ranger, Lexan body, second one so far, beat the crap out of the first one. We'll include a picture if there is room for it. And then water-based paint, brushed on by myself, sealed off with a couple of coatings of lacquer spray to stop the paint from dissolving when I submerge the car. Nice. And then build classification. What's he got on here? The crawler U4 bouncer, basically. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates it an 8. And then who would like to give a shout out to, or who would you like to give a shout out to? I can't even read my own typing. He says Island Rockaholics in Malta. So shout out to Island Rockaholics in Malta. That's awesome. And all right, so before we jump into like really tearing this up, I want to, no, we'll do it afterwards. All right, so let's just go into this. First off, you can't really see much in this picture because it's covered in mud, which is awesome, by the way. No hate there. Ooh, coffee is giving me some heartburn this morning. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look here. This thing is pretty beast, man. This is pretty beast. First off, it looks like a Suzuki. Second off, I love the Axial theme you've got going on. The paint theme's pretty cool, man. I see the light bar, homemade light bar bumper situation going on there. Not bad, not bad. All right, so all in all, it's pretty cool, man. And I think I don't see any hood pins either. So I don't know what you did for attaching it, but I think you did a good job because I don't see any hood pins. So that's cool. Unless they're just somewhere. No, I don't see them. It looks good. All right, so let's keep moving. Second shot here. Side shot. You know, we've got SCX10 skids, OMF wheels, you know, like the basic stuff. So here's my issue right now. All right, this is the issue I'm having, is because I judge on a scale that's based on scale realism, if that makes sense. So I have a scale from 1 to 10, and I go through and I have 10 different categories that I go through and judge all of these builds on. And I'm not telling everybody that because or what those categories are, because I don't want people to try to cheat or just build to match a category and find a loophole or something and start trying to pinch for points, because this show's not really about the points so much. It's just about fun. But and it's also about educating. So and by educating, I don't mean that people are uneducated, but what I mean is that I'm trying to help people understand my personal take on scale and why extreme scale performance is the way that it is and builds the way that it builds, and the viewers and followers tend to build, scale vehicles. So it's all about the scale community. That's what I represent. So basically what I want to get at here is this is an awesome build, and I feel that it can be scale, and that it wouldn't take much to actually do that and still perform. And that I believe that what Joe is saying, about, he built it to perform and he didn't really care too much about making it look realistic. I believe that's a common thing, and we see that a lot. And once in a while, you'll see somebody convert over from that mentality to a, well, maybe I can make it real and perform mentality, and that's when you're getting into the mindset of extreme scale performance. All right, because for me it's all about, well, it's in the name, extreme scale performance, realistic performance, just like real life. There's a difference between a Jeep like mine, my Jeep ZJ on 31s with a 3.5-inch lift, it's a daily driver, than a weekend trail warrior and a trail buggy that was built to perform at We Rock or something of that nature, and is trailered in, has a single seat, a mid-engine, and some offset pumpkins and crazy stuff going on. So big tires and all that. So there's a big difference, but they're both real. They both exist, and people drive them both. So therefore, a RC replica of either one of those, in my book, is considered scale. And this could very much be a scale rock buggy, in my opinion. Adding an interior would not be too hard, I don't think, and adding some more detail as far as what you would see on a rock buggy, not a street truck, but a rock buggy, I think that's very much doable. I have a lot of friends that still run Ranchos, and they love them because the performance is through the roof. And I think that just taking that leap of faith, and trusting the fact that you can build a realistic vehicle that performs, I think that knowing that and trusting that you can do that will really change the RC game for a lot of folks. And if it doesn't, then that's okay. That's all right. I mean, there's room for everybody to do whatever they want. And that doesn't take away from anyone's builds. It's just to help folks understand different mindsets, different perspectives. So I hope that helps some of you guys out there. But let's get back to looking at Joe's rig here. That's not to take away from his rig. I'm still going to judge this like a scale rig because that's what ScaleWars is. So first up, I just want to say little things that would make this just really come to life. Would be if you put some sort of inner fender in this. Now, it doesn't have to be anything fancy or crazy, but just something, whether it's Tupperware or something fancy like Night Customs, 3D printed stuff. Just throw some sort of inner fender well in there. That's a cheap upgrade, and that will really hide everything that's going on inside of there and bring an extra level of scale realism to your rig without taking away from performance. And that's what we're going to focus on this is how can we do scale without reducing performance. So another thing that would be really cool would be to bring in a mount from the bumpers on this. So basically up front here, there's nothing going on between the chassis and this here, and just simply running a bracket, a U bracket that goes from these mounts here somewhere or the chassis somewhere up to this would really just add that extra amount of scale realism and stiffness to your chassis and body, so you'd be able to push through anything that hit that without flexing your body out, which keeps it realistic. And then let's see, same thing in the back. You could do that in the back too, very easy. Just make a little bracket there. Let's see, another thing you could do would be to add a Proline interior or a Axial interior to your rig. There's many versions of those out there. There's also Team RAF, I believe, makes interiors, or Boom Racing. There's a handful of companies out there that make interiors. So just a cheap one to throw in there, a little Lexan one. Doesn't even have to be hardcore three-dimensional. Even still a bomber interior would be awesome. Still one of those and put in there. And I don't mean literally still, but you know what I mean. Throw some scale hubs on this, which just replaces this nut on here, this lock nut. That would not take away from your performance, but would add an extra level of scale realism. And just doing those things alone, I think this would look phenomenal. And if you really wanted to take it to another level, start adding some actual metal work, you know, basically cage this bad boy up. Then you'd really be getting there. But you know, that's a lot of people can't do that. I can't even do that right now. So I wouldn't expect anybody else to really be able to do that. With, you know, I mean, some people can, but I'm not going to expect everybody to be able to. Now this is supposed to be the interior shot, and like he said, there is no interior, so you know, we're not going to hold that against him. He'll lose points for it, of course, but you know, we already talked about it. He could just throw a couple of those other options. He could go through and throw one of those in there. So here's the other side. Looks great. An old broken mirror would look cool on there, you know, because in real life you'd see a broken mirror, or even the holes or something. Yeah, I mean, you know what? There's not really a lot you could do. Maybe take some plastic from an old Wraith cage and cage in the back a little bit if you wanted to. But I mean, that's unnecessary. You don't really need to do that. It would just add some cool points. Some brake discs, obviously. That's something I always talk about. Skids and stuff underneath look amazing. Those skid plates are awesome, man. MIP is looking good. Everything's looking really nice underneath. Only thing I would do differently myself would be to just paint things black. Like these panels that you have under here, these metal panels, maybe paint those black. These red straps, maybe get some black ones. The factory Axial ones are black. And then I would really do something about the wiring, you know, zip tie some stuff up. Just get it a little bit. Yeah, I see you do have some zip ties though. Whoops. I do see some zip ties, but maybe just, you know, pull it together a little bit more, just a little bit more tidy, or hide it, you know, paint them black. You could always paint the wires black as well to help them disappear, but you know, just hiding them, running them maybe on the other side of that plate, things like that. You know, just little stuff, little things. And it looks good, man. It's a great looking rig. Throw some lights in there. You could do that without taking away from your performance. Drill a couple holes, throw some lights in there, and black out the inside of these, the grill right here, you know. I think that would look great. And that's, you know, from the back it looks awesome. What's going on here? I don't know what that is. I'm assuming those are lights. They look like lights to me, but he's got them all zip tied up. I'd probably hide those, tuck those a little bit more. But this thing's good looking, man. It's a cool rig, and I'm sure the performance is through the roof. If you wanted to get the body a little lower, you could always flip these mounts right here as well. You may be aware of that already. If you built a Rancho, I'm assuming you probably are. But you can flip those mounts and get it to sit a little bit lower as well. Get a little more performance out of it. Yeah, there he is. Alright, so hold on. I want to look at the front a little bit more. I like that he's got his own stickers. I like that a lot. It's a good looking rig, man. I like it. Looks nice. He's got a zip tie on this right here. I'm not sure what that's for. I'm guessing it slides, you know, back and forth in there pretty easily. Probably just keeps things pinched in nice and tight. Keeps this from slipping or untwisting, you know, because sometimes they get loose and they'll just twist down and get hung up easier. Yeah, it's a good looking rig, man. And I can tell by your tires, you drive the snot out of this thing. There he is. What's up, Joe? Thank you very much, sir. For those of you that don't know Joe, Joe's an awesome builder, man, and I'm pretty sure I've seen some of his work floating around on other parts of the internet. So whether it was forums or Facebook, I think I've seen him in a handful of places. It might have even been on Instagram. I'm not sure. You guys will have to look him up. Shout out to you, Joe. Thank you very much for putting your rig on here. Even though you, as you said yourself, you know it's not scale, you still put it on here. You took the time to do it, regardless of the chance that you may have gotten flamed by people. You still took the time to do that, and I appreciate it very much. And it just shows your passion for the hobby in general. And I would love to see you do some more scale stuff to this rig. I do believe you can make it still perform amazing and be scale. And if you do so, sir, please resubmit and show me what you do. I would like to see that myself. So anyways, that's it for Joe's. Let's go on to our next build. Thank you very much, and you guys know what to do. Jump in the comments, leave some feedback for him, tips, tricks, anything you would do differently. If you believe you have ways he could turn this into more of a scale rig without sacrificing performance, let him know. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? So that being said, you guys, if you want to enter your builds and you would like to see them on ScaleWars, head over to www.extremescaleperformance.com, slide over the ScaleWars tab. Everything you need to know is right there, including the scoreboard, so you can keep track of everyone's scores, including Joe's. So let's move on to our next entry. Alright, we've got our second entry today, and this one is from a gentleman named Josh Conrad. And Josh is, looks like he's submitting this build out of Dallas, Texas. Alright, shout out to Texas. He is 27 years of age. Looks like he's been subscribed to ESP for a few hours as of submitting this build, so he jumped right on in head first. I appreciate that, Josh. And looks like 2017, okay, he started building RCs this year. He's new, man, and he's going all in, so I appreciate that. I like to see that, man. He's all about that action. It sounds like he's definitely from Texas. So, all right. Project name, Ultra 4, Proline JK is what he calls this. The detailed part and paint list goes something like this. It's an Axial Wraith Spawn RTR. It is, let's see, it's got a bias 5000 milliamp 2S LiPo, RC 4-wheel drive, rock crawler upper and lower control arms, boom racing aluminum drag link and tie rod, Proline JK 2-door buggy body, Savix, I'm assuming, it says Avox, but I'm assuming it is a Savix waterproof digital servo with aluminum drag link servo horn, ROHS RCE 3415 rear LED light bar, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be spelling that or saying Ross, but it's ROHS, RCE 3413, front LED round light bar, axial aluminum threaded links, and then the build classification, he classifies this obviously as a, what does it go for? The crawler U4 bouncer category. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates this a 7. And then as far as who he'd like to give a shout out to, he says he'd like to give a shout out to families, friends. Oh man, I messed that up. As far as who he'd like to give a shout out to, he says, I'd like to give a shout out to RC Zone in Plano, Texas as my go-to spot for all my RC needs. Also need a shout out to my wife, Amanda, for patience and letting me spend money on it. That's, everyone knows, man, you got to shout out that other half for putting up with what we do with these RC trucks. So that being said, let's go ahead and dig into this, man. What do you guys think? First up, I gotta say that Dean's plug is driving me nuts looking at that. I wish that was tucked somewhere a little bit better. Other than that, though, I mean, this is a sick looking rig, man. I love that rear light action you got going on there. The racing lights in the back there look awesome. I love that I can see the cockpit looking all detailed. The axles are factory looking in the back. Would really like to see some disc brake action. I wish we had more options other than just disc brake things to throw on there. I mean, you know, I'd like to see like brake lines and, you know, maybe drum brake, you know, stuff. Just something different. I don't know. But I wish that we could do more there. And what else could we do? I mean, it looks good. The factory AR60s are a pretty realistic looking axle from the factory. So the body looks killer. Proline body looks awesome. Factory wheels and tires, it's looking like there. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They work good right out of the box. However, you could definitely get some more performance by building your axles up a little bit better and going to some aftermarket wheels and tires. Factory shocks, it looks like, and that battery, it honestly, it blends in. You know, it's not too noticeable, but getting a cover, they have some covers and they actually have some drop-in battery boxes and stuff that you could put right here, would definitely help out, because then you could hide that battery and it would just add to your realism that much more. I love that you put the racing number plates on here. I like that. That's cool. It's just a good looking rig, man. You're off to a good start. Let's go to the next picture. There it is, doing work. I can't really see the front, but that light bar is looking a little funky from this angle. Let's keep it moving. I like the roof panel, looks nice. I like the detail in it, and I also like that it says Jeep right there. However, it also says Jeep right there, and I'm not sure why it says Jeep facing that way. I think it's supposed to be on the other side facing out. So that's maybe, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be on the other side facing out forward. But all right, let's keep it moving. Interior shot, looking good. Nice, simple, axial interior. He's got all the stickers on point. Paint job all blacked out mainly. It's on point. Helmet looks good. You got his detail stickers on there. It's not bad, man. Not bad. Looking beast. See the back of the light bar in there. This is a good shot. I like this, even though you got the store in the background or whatever. You got it, you know, in focus. It's just good depth of field. I like it. That Savix waterproof servo, I know that they are waterproof, so they make them blue to show that they're waterproof, and I think that's a bite off of Traxxas's thing originally with their waterproof servos back in the day. I could be wrong, but I am not a fan of these blue servos. That has got to be one of the ugliest servos I've ever seen. No offense at all, I mean, to anyone, but it's just, as far as image goes, and just your, you know, visual aesthetics, it is just hideous. So this is a great looking rig, but you cannot help but look at that thing, just boom right there. So painting it black if you don't want to change it out because you spent the money on it and you enjoy it, you know, you obviously bought it for a reason. Maybe just paint it black and then re-put your sticker on it, like take the sticker off, paint it, and then put the sticker back on. Just a thought. Or plastic dip it, not to keep it waterproof, but just for the looks. Just to make it black, and I mean, I don't know, there's options, I guess, you know. And then put a loom over your wire heading back in, so then you wouldn't be able to see the wire, and that would be all blacked out. It would just look 10 times better, in my opinion. This light bar up front, not a fan of that like I am of the rear one. I love the rear light bar, do not really like this front light bar, because in my mind, this in real life would just be taking up your sight. Your visual would be like minimized dramatically. Your line of sight as a driver, you know, inside would be, you know, you wouldn't be able to see a lot. Like, you'd be able to see a little bit, but not a lot. And when you're racing something like Ultra 4 or whatever, you know, like the King of the Hammers and stuff like that, you're going to want to see, you're going to want, you know, good line of sight. You're going to want to see the track. So I would say move that maybe down to the front up here, or replace it with a smaller, lower profile light bar. There's a few options they make for these Wraiths, or these, yeah, that's a Wraith, right? So yeah, I mean, that's my options. I almost called it a bomber because it looks like an Ultra 4 buggy at this point, but all right, so anyways, next picture. This is a good shot. I like this. You can really see the profile of the body. I like it a lot. I see what you're going for with the lights. They don't look as bad there, but you can see his line of sight, you know, down to the road. It's just, they're right in the way. So moving those up front, I think, would really help out and keep this looking awesome and cost you no money. So it looks good, man. It looks really good. Underneath, oh, blurry shot, but let's see what we can do. Wires are a little too visible. I would tuck all those wires up and put them in a loom. Same with this one back here. And again, the blue servo, but we already talked about that. Other than that, it looks pretty good, man. Looks good. Simple, easy. I like it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Looks like he replaced the front links and the upper links. Left the rest alone. In the back, it's all stock, so yeah, I mean, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It looks good, man. Interior shot here, looking good. Yeah, not much to say. You could always add more details and stuff, you know, to the interior, but as far as factory interiors go, looks pretty good. Yeah, it's a nice rig, man. You did a good job. There's the action shot, prove it works. And there, so this is what I want to get at. Zoom in here. This is sick, dude. That is a bad looking rig, man. I like that a lot. Look how much has been done to this. I mean, there's so much. You can tell this was built to perform on a budget. He doesn't have super expensive axles and a massive lift and really huge tires, but he does have some aftermarket stuff going on. Fenders removed. It's definitely built to go out and do work in its, you know, basic form. So I like this a lot. This is Jeeping at its best to me. Maybe not at its best, but Jeeping at its purest. You know, that's how I should put it. And then to see this underneath, I see what he's going for. And what I would really like to see you do, man, is to get an actual JK hard body, a 4-door hard body if you can. I know this is a lot. It might be better just to restart on a different rig and build a secondary rig, but to build a 4-door JK to replicate this in real life, like just get a JK. and remove the fenders and start building it up to replicate this. And then you've got your race buggy and your trail rig. And, ooh, that would be sick, man. But anyways, I see what he's going for here, and it looks great, dude. You're doing a good job. I wish more people would do that. Awesome. There he is. Shout out to Josh. Dude, I appreciate you getting in on this hobby, submitting your build to me, man. Paint that servo for me and move that head, or that whatchamacallit, POW, the light bar. And, bro, this thing really is, it's on point. So thank you very much for submitting your build. You could also add some lights, I just realized, too. Those are just the stickers. So you could also add some LEDs, light that up. But, dude, thank you so much for submitting your build. I appreciate it. I also love your real Jeep. Looks sick, dude. So, anyways, you guys, give him some feedback. Jump in the comments. You know what to do. All right, let's move on to our third and final entry of the day. Alright, you guys, like I said, we're on to our third and final entry today. Here it is. This is a crazy looking build too, and this one's submitted to us from a gentleman named Ruben Soto. And Ruben's out of Orlando, Florida. That's what's up. And he is 19 years of age. He's been subscribed to ESP since 2013, so he's been around for a minute, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. And as far as what year he started building RCs, he started building in 2012, but he says he got seriously into crawlers around 2015. So that's awesome, man. That is awesome. We're glad to have you here, and thank you very much for subscribing and supporting for so long. Now, as far as this project goes, he calls it Project Megalodon. And for those of you that don't know what that is, a big old shark, man. So the detailed part and paint list goes something like this. Vanquish Rock Jock axles, front and rear. Vanquish knuckles and C-hubs. Vanquish KMC bully wheels. Vanquish Black 375 SLW hubs. Vanquish links. Vanquish servo mounts. Vanquish incision links. What else you got here? Vanquish rear axle shafts. Vanquish axial. See, I'm reading too much here. Axial universal shafts. Stainless steel drive shafts. Hot racing transmission. Robinson racing transmission gears. Axial hardened steel bevel gears. Front and rear fast eddy bearings. Let's see. Team KK hardware. One off. Already made from bumper. One off. Ooh, son. Yeah. What else you got here? Custom welded rock sliders by me, custom rear bumper by me, custom rear bed battery cover, Proline Jeep Wrangler body, Axial Wraith interior, started off as a Wraith spawn, custom roof panels, RC 4-wheel drive inner fenders, RC 4-wheel drive LED light bar, RC 4-wheel drive Mickey Thompson Baja Claws, RC 4-wheel drive LED pods, Savix waterproof servo, Holmes Hobbies Torque Pro, Axial ESC, Gens Ace 6500 milliamp 2S LiPo. And then as far as the build classification goes, he says, what's he got this down for? Ultra 4, what is this? Crawler U4 bouncer. Okay, so he's a crawler U4 bouncer category. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates it an 8. Now, as far as who he'd like to give a shout out to, he says he'd like to give a shout out to ESP. Well, thank you very much, sir. And he says the whole RC community and my Instagram, rs_customs_RC. So you guys give him a follow on Instagram. Support his build here. And that being said, let's go ahead and dig into it, man. Let's go ahead and start looking at what he's working with here. You guys jump in the comments, as we go, get some feedback. This is our final build, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on this and the others. Personally, I think this is looking super detailed. I'm really liking this already. I like the paint. I like the exhaust is what's really standing out to me. That's a nice touch right there. The exhaust coming out under the fender looks wicked. I like the no door approach to it as well. That looks awesome. And then he bolted on the panels. Very slick move. I like the chopped up Proline roof rack. It's funny, I've actually done that same thing in the past. It looks great. I like that he also made his own roof panel. I think he said he made his own. Maybe he didn't. Custom roof panel, yeah. So it looks like he made his own roof panel here. And I like that he made it to mount his light bar to as well. And it's nice and flush. It's down low. That's slick. That's a smooth move. Not a big fan of the light bar on the hood. I don't know why. I just don't like that too much on most of the rigs. The light bars just seem to be big and in the way. But that's my opinion. You know, that's just me. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I love that it's the full Wraith interior. Those are hard to find these days. If you guys have one you want to get rid of, let me know. I need one. Definitely a brand new one. You could definitely, these wheels are beautiful, but you could definitely benefit from some disc brakes in the back, and definitely benefit from some scale hubs as well. Same on the front, but those wheels are just gorgeous, man. I love those wheels. Those Mickeys, they look great, man. Good choice on tires, especially for a 2.2. I know they work great. That rear bumper, I want to see more of that. That's looking good over there. What else? You guys see anything I'm missing? The fact you got your helmet hanging right there is just, that's great. I love that. Also looks like he's got his shifters painted. So he's got some serious detail going on here. Even the steering wheel column, look at that. The steering wheel is nice and painted up. I mean, he's definitely got some work put into this one. Sliders look killer, links look killer, drive shafts look good. I mean, this is a good looking rig. You can definitely tell there's a lot that's been done to this. So interior shot looks great, man. Again, with the helmet chilling. There's the shifters I was telling you about, all painted up. Looks like he added into the interior, and it looks like there's also you know, details to the dash a little bit here done, like some extra details, gauges and stuff going on, stickers and stuff going on. This is a good looking rig, man. Top profile, everything's looking pretty straight for the most part, except for your cut job here. Is it the cut job that's off, or is it just the mount that's off? It's hard to tell, but it looks like you're a little crooked with your roof rack. And maybe try that one again. The back is looking great though. This looks a little crooked as well, but you know, that's minimal, minor, you know. It looks good, man. This is a wicked build. So much done to it. I like it a lot. Little details in the back, gas can, stuff like that. I like it. Some harnesses, that's what you could use. Some harnesses, seatbelt harnesses would definitely work out. You know, I've seen, I believe CKRC and A-Main both carry some awesome harnesses. Judd Rummage, I believe, builds some awesome harnesses. So yeah, definitely get some harnesses in there. This thing's looking sick though, man. It just looks really good. I like it a lot. There's another interior shot. There's back shot. I can see some wires dipping out here though. I'd like to see those tucked in a little bit better. I like the antenna. I like this plate on the rear. This thing is wicked, man. I love this rear bumper. It's awesome. He killed it. Who did that rear bumper? Custom rear bumper by me. He says it's by him. So great job on the rear bumper. It's just a cool rig, man. Underneath, there we go. Wiring's actually not bad. It's tucked up nice, zip tied. You know, if it was loomed up, that would definitely help out, but it looks great. The links are super shiny, but I like them. Exhaust doesn't quite look even, but you know, in real life they're not always even either. So axles are looking good. Looks like some rock jocks. Lots of Vanquish going on there. And look at this thing out doing work. This is a good looking rig, man. I bet this is fun to drive too. There's the front, looking good. Got them Vanquish LEDs. So you know what would look cool would be if you could get this light bar on the front right there, and then get these like down low somewhere, like you know, on the axle, or you know, maybe build a plate that comes off the side so they're mounted on the sides right here. Because you've got plenty of room down here, you know, nothing's really going to hit this area too much because these tires, so, and the stinger, so if you could get all of that down here somewhere, that would look killer. Or even get this mounted down here where this Jeep piece is. I mean, just a thought. I mean, it just shows that you've done some metal work, and that would look cool. So awesome, man. This is looking good, looking good. I see that Yeti Junior over there. Get that submitted, you guys. Where are those Yeti Junior builds? I want to see them. Maybe I got one or two in the works myself, just saying. And what is this over here? I don't know. I mean, he got some stuff going on. So, alright, dude. Looks like he's an Axial guy. I like this a lot. I'm all about that Axial life. And your rig's looking good, man. Your rig's looking real good. Your whole workbench here is looking pretty good, actually. Oh, there he is. What's up, man? All right, so this is Ruben Soto, and Ruben is Ruben's the man, dude. Ruben's killing it already. How old is he again? He's only 19. Boy, you killing it. He's 19 already doing all this. So, all right, you're off to a good start, man. I like these a lot. It looks like you're into your off-road racing, your Ultra Force stuff. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for supporting ESP, man. You guys show him some love and just give him some feedback in the comments, man. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you have a build you would like to see here on the show, it doesn't matter what it is as long as it's axial based. It could be Yeti Jr., hint, hint, hint. Could be a Yeti 380, just saying. Could be a Score, could be a Bomber, could be SCX-10-2, SCX-10-1, could be, you know, anything. Axial AX-10, maybe you did some crazy build off of that, you know, spawns, yeah, whatever. There's so many, EXO, and there's all kinds of stuff you can do with an Axial. So get those Axial builds submitted. If you don't know where to do it or you weren't paying attention, head over to www.extremescaleperformance.com. Everything you need to know is there. If you want to submit your build, slide on over to the ScaleWars tab, and everything you need to do so is right there. If you want to pick up some merchandise, represent for Extreme Scale Performance, be a part of the family, man. You know I would appreciate it. I've already got quite a few people that have bought in the past, but you can join them. You can join us. You can be a part of all this for real, for real. Pick up an ESP hoodie, sweater, those are the same thing. A t-shirt. Pick up a, you know, like, there's all kinds of stuff. I got some weird stuff on there. I think I even have ESP socks on there possibly right now. I mean, you can get all kinds of stuff. Just head to my website. That'll have links to my Teespring store where you can get pillows, you can get flags, you can get, I mean, it's all kinds of stuff right now, you guys. So anyways, that being said, thank you so much. I hope everyone's having a great December, heading into the holidays right now, and I'm getting excited. I hope you guys have a great holiday season. See you next week. Yay. Oh yeah, peace and chicken grease. Yeah.